Tomorrow is the 89th anniversary of the TWA Flight 6 crash just outside of Atlanta, Missouri. 5 people on board lost their lives, one of them being a U.S. Senator from New Mexico. The aftermath from his death had national consequences and led to the creation of a new aviation regulatory body. KTVO's Hagen Zinneker shares the history of this tragic event.
TWA Flight 6 originally departed Los Angeles at 4 p.m. with a final destination in New York. After a passenger, fuel, and radio repair stop in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the flight made its way to Kansas City for a scheduled crew change and refueling. However, heavy fog and a low cloud ceiling was reported, and they were thus instructed to land in Kirksville, as the skies were reported clear in the airport. Unfortunately, a low cloud ceiling was also there. After several failed attempts to find the runway, the plane ended up crashing just outside of Atlanta, Missouri, near the community of Barnesville, around 3:30 in the morning. Edith Harrington, her brother, and her father were one of the first people at the scene.
I remember them calling Barnesville store and telling Daddy the plane had crashed, had landed. And that's the reason Mother let us, my brother and I, go with him, because we just thought it had landed.
Upon arriving, the scene was a lot more grim than reported. Edith's father, Everett, rushed back to their store to make emergency calls to the surrounding communities.
But see, Barnesville store was hooked to Atlanta and Elmer telephone. And Daddy put out an emergency call to both lines that they might need help.
11 passengers and 2 crew members were aboard the plane when it went down. 6 of the passengers were from a Paramount Studios film crew. The most notable of the passengers was U.S. Senator Bronson Cutting of New Mexico. The crash killed him, Jean Ann Hilius, and the co-pilot instantly. The pilot died on his way to Samaritan Hospital. The final death was Judith Kaplan, the wife of Paramount Studio producer William Kaplan. She died on the operating table. The death of Senator Cutting caused a political battle in Washington over civil aviation management. The political turmoil was the driving force behind the creation of the Civil Aeronautics Authority, which replaced the Bureau of Air Commerce. Although the CAA would be dissolved in 1985, this agency laid the framework for future agencies involved in airline and transportation regulation and management. For KTVO News, I'm Hagen Zinneker.
For more of Edith's eyewitness account, there will be a link on this web article on KTVO.com.